anything that's a controversial topic like that, I would encourage you not to have it on your Facebook, because remember, if you are running a business on your social media, it's a business page. I understand. I don't mean business as in it's actually a Facebook business page. Like, you are running your business on that page. So if it's not something that you would maybe be saying in a brick or mortar store or to a customer that walks up to buy something from you, brick or mortar store, it doesn't need to be on your Facebook page, okay? So if you're wanting to grow your business, you can't cut off half your audience because you want to spew profanity or baby daddy or your husband did XYZ again, because you know that always happens, right? But you just can't go on there spewing all of that because people aren't going to be attracted to it. You can do it in a funny way, like a funny way for me. Listen to this. This is actually a funny story. I'm a morning person. I love coffee. I love hoodies. I love like the fire pit on our deck. And my husband's not a morning person. Like, please understand when I say not, capital letters, underline, block, highlight, I don't care what you got to do to it, not a morning person. Thank goodness the cocoa helps. Regardless, here's my whole point. I always, every year on my birthday, this is what I want. He gets up early with me and we drink coffee together on the porch because that's what I want, because he doesn't get up in the mornings. So it's always been like my dream. I know it sounds so crazy. To like, I'm like, oh, I just wish you were sitting out there with me this morning. You guys know what he does now? Listen. He sits out there with me now because he gets up early to drink his cocoa. You know what he does? And he slurps his cocoa so loud. Here's the thing. That's a funny story. That's a true story, and that needs to be on my Facebook. You know, and I could go on there and be like so annoyed at him or whatever it might be. But the other side of that is the funny part. Like, this was always my dream. Now I got it. Now he slurps his cocoa, and I kind of wish he would go back to bed. So I just want to encourage you, positive or whatever it might be, okay? If you knew him, then we had to have the conversation. You know, we had to have the conversation if he could drink his cocoa quieter. We had to have that conversation. Hashtag married life, right? So let's recap just a little bit about the DMO. Minimum things that you need to have on it are personal development, friend requests, sending sample messages. You have to do your follow-ups. You have to share the business opportunity. All the other things just support that, right? As far as commenting on people's pages, sending friend requests, birthday messages, all of those things just support you creating a relationship and building a business on social media. You have to post on your page every day, though. You just have to. You have to find content. Think, what if somebody could pick 5 things about you? 5 things about you. Somebody commented Jesus versus coffee, right? Did I see that? Yeah, be careful what you wish for. That's right, Linda. Yeah, I sure got what I wished for, didn't I? Bless his heart. Now I'm like, oh, my dad slurps too. I see what happens. Somebody commented their thing was Jesus versus coffee. Like, not Jesus versus coffee, like Bible verses. So if that's your thing, like, that's what people associate with you. So those are things that you're posting, right? Whatever your thing might be. Mine is makeup and fashion and positivity. And I like to drop mic drops, like, boom, like, powerful things every once in a while. But my hobby now is definitely makeup. Like, I do Facebook Lives, doing makeup application, things like that, because that's my hobby. So find something that's your hobby. Maybe you love cooking, gardening, crocheting. Maybe you collect something. Do you collect depots? Do you collect Ray Dunn pottery? Do you collect unicorn stuff back there? Just get creative. Even, here's a great post for you guys tonight. What's the top 3 things that you guys think of when you think of me? Post that on your page, see what people say, and maybe they can help you come up with something. Maybe it's home decor. Obviously, I have no idea what men do, clearly. Hunt, fish, mow the lawn. I don't know. I'm not in tune with that one. But find some hobbies that you could be incorporating that are going to be with your coffee post, okay? So you need both. And if you're lacking for a post that day, go on Pinterest, find a positive quote, figure out how to get it on your Facebook. Hey, this really spoke to me today, or whatever it might be, okay? Owls, awesome. So Andrea collects owls. So maybe you collect salt and pepper shakers. Like, I don't know. But whatever it is, figure out what it is for you, okay? So the DMO, what I want you to do tomorrow is you need to do your personal development. You need to send your friend request. You need to make sure you're doing your follow-ups and sharing the business opportunity where is applicable, how you have been trained. You need to send your messages about samples. Was that it? Was that all? But those are the priority things that you need to do when you wake up in the morning. Here's the thing. Cleaning your office and organizing your office doesn't make you money. It doesn't make you money. Organizing the Tupperware drawer doesn't make you money. And you'll start noticing in your business when you're sitting down to do a task that scares you or you don't like to do, you suddenly come up with all these other things. At 7:01, we're going to wrap this up in just a minute, right? All of the other things come up that you suddenly need to do. And they're usually avoidance behaviors. For me, I always want to organize my office. If I start getting anxious and I have a lot to do, I'm like, I just better go organize my office because I'm going to work better. Well, maybe I would work better if it's organized, but I don't need to spend 24 hours organizing my office and stacking my stickers. Like, let's be honest about it. So when that happens, I make myself go send a minimum of 10 messages before I do anything else. And usually I send my 10 messages, I'm so in the mode, I just keep going. So I just want to share that with you guys about avoidance behavior. I seen about hashtags. So hashtags, you can search hashtags on Facebook, but they're not as important on Facebook as they are on Instagram. I use hashtags on Facebook more for fun, like hashtag married life or hashtag browse on fleek or hashtag positive quote or whatever it might be. Sometimes I just throw them in just to make the post look good, whatever it might be there. But hashtags are way more important on Instagram. And from the training that I've received, 28 is the magic number over there. My husband just started Instagram because he is doing Revital You too. When I told him 28 hashtags, he about died. I was like, yeah, 28. He's like, how do you come up with 28? I was like, I don't know. Look at your pink, Starbucks, coffee, lemonade, nails. What all's in my picture here? What all can I come up with? Instagram is a whole other training. Everything about Instagram is a whole other training. My advice is just to get on Instagram and get going, but you can't neglect your Facebook while you do that. You can't neglect whatever your primary social media is while you're trying to grow another one. It's very key. So if you do get over to Instagram, you're looking to grow your Instagram. I have 10,400 followers now, I believe, on Instagram. My posts are limited because I don't have as many posts on there now because I got rid of a lot of things. But there is a lot of people on Instagram that do free trainings. There's like free webinars, all of this stuff. And there's really great content. Like that's literally how I learned Instagram, was from watching webinars and things. And I've grown my Instagram by like 6,000 followers in 6 months now, I think. So the webinars do work, but be prepared to put in the work and not neglect your Facebook in the meantime. So if you're working on building up your Facebook, focus on that before you decide, hey, I want to open 2 cans of worms right now. Just focus on opening one, whatever it might be. If it's Instagram, it's Facebook, just focus on one. Become good at that, because the minute you try to do 2, you're spending 50% of your energy here, 50% here. That means they're going to be 50% good. Does that make sense? Okay, so I don't mind answering a few questions, and then I'm going to go because I wanted to keep this at like 45 minutes and I started talking. So my DMO, I will post it after this. By the way, here, Jennifer has one as well. Whatever you use for a DMO, it doesn't matter if it's pink, if it's black, if it's blue, if it's perfect, if there's a perfect cube to mark something in, that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the page looking perfect doesn't matter. What matters is if you did the work, okay? So I will definitely upload the file soon. Any particular audiences for friends. So what I do is I go to a friends list that is not, like I know she's not associated in my company, right? And I'll actually go to her friends list, suggested friends, click on theirs. So that's what I do. If I come across anyone that I see the mutual friends are, like say somebody on my team or a mutual friend with one of you guys, I'm not going to friend them. That's where I draw the line for my ethics, right? You guys are so welcome. Absolutely. So happy to spend time. I will definitely be at Dallas. Hello. I love Texas. I'm going to have to get some taller hair if I'm going to come back to Texas. But here's the situation. Is today the last day for the tickets? Probably a lot of you are like, I don't know if it's the right decision to spend the money to go. Here's the thing I want to share with you guys. The company that I came from, I did not go to the first convention. And when I went to my second convention since I had joined, but my first convention, am I making sense? How I felt when I left, I had the biggest regret that I didn't go to the first one. Because all I could think was, if I had this much more faith in the company after attending, imagine if I could have had that much more faith 6 months ago or a year ago. Because faith in the product, in ourselves, in network marketing, in the company, having that faith up here is a lot of times what gets us through, right? When it's scary to share the business opportunity or whatever it might be. So my advice to y'all is you figure out how to get to conference. I know I'm calling it convention, but conference. You figure out how to get there. Do you need to share a room with 4 other ladies? Do you need to pack a lunch and eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Like, what do you need to do? Because conference is where leaders are born. It's where the leaders that are wanting to be leaders, they do what it takes to get there so that they can learn more. It's where people that are already leaders go because they know that it's time to up their skill level. I want to go for many, there's absolutely no way I would miss it. Like, I'm going to have to lose a leg to miss it. Like, it's not happening. But one of the things that I love about in-person events is you get to see face-to-face. You get to see your sponsor. Maybe you met her on social media and you don't know her. Maybe you get to meet some of your team or a sideline sister that you've met in the groups or in chats, or you get to meet Jennifer and take a picture. Here's the thing. The whole conference is a big attraction marketing opportunity for you. You're posting about how you're there. You're taking a picture with Jennifer, the number 2 income earner in the company. Like, all of these things, right? Like, those are huge. You're creating with relationships with people that you can take with you throughout your career. You can learn from each other. You can share ideas. Hey girl, I seen you were on the leaderboards. Like, what are you doing? Like, I want to copy what you're doing to be successful. You guys feel that? So, the thing that keeps people from conference, I'm convinced it's not money. It's belief that when you go, it will change your life. Now, here's the thing. Showing up, walking in the doors, taking a seat, sitting there for the duration, going to bed, repeating it the next day, is that going to make you successful? Absolutely not. You have to show up with the heart and the mind that are open and that are ready to learn. Say, you know what? Someone's going to say something today. And if it hits me and I'm like, ooh, I don't like that idea, maybe that's because I need to stop and listen because that's the thing that I needed to hear, right? Whatever it is, I believe that what happens at conference, it's your takeaways are dependent upon your mindset when you go, okay? So if you need to figure out, we have, 51 days? Oh my word, I hope I got that right. I seen it on the website today, like it popped up. 51 days. Do you know how much money you can make between then and now to pay for your trip? If you want to go, figure out a way. I'm being serious. I believe you can do it. Absolutely believe. This company is amazing. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't. So I am going to go because I did not mean to take up y'all's this much of your time. So thank you guys so much for being here with me. I really want to challenge you. Do your homework with the voice notes and your DMO things for tomorrow. The longer that you sit on the knowledge and you don't put it to use, the harder it will be to put it to use. If you ever skipped the gym for one day, then you skipped it for 2 days, and then all of a sudden 5 years later you haven't been back to the gym. No, I'm just kidding. But it's a real thing. So put it to use as fast as you can. Put it to use as fast as you can. I have a sticky note right here. Learn, implement, teach. Okay? So right now, tonight, you just learned. Your next step is to go implement for yourself. Third step is to teach it to someone else. You want to teach it to somebody on your team as fast as you can. Not only does it help cement it in your brain when you're teaching it to someone else, but you duplicated those actions on, okay? So learn, implement, teach. All right, y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for taking time out of your evening to be here. This was awesome. Can't wait to see you guys in Dallas. Bye, guys.